Hi guys, welcome to another Barb Stamps video. Today's video is with this adorable Best Bunny stamp set, and we are creating what is known as a suspension card. Did you check that out? You wind this little guy up and then you put it in your envelope, and when the recipient gets it and they open the card, he goes crazy spinning, suspended on this cute little twine that we have here. So let me get my supplies and we will get started making this. All right, here are our supplies. So we've got the Best Bunny stamp set and the Bunny Builder Punch. We've got some tear and tape adhesive. We've got some silver and white baker's twine. I'm going to be using the Layering Ovals framelets. So I have the number 6 straight oval and the number 7 scalloped. And when I say that, I number all my straight ovals, starting with number 1 in the center being the smallest, going out to I think 7. And then the scalloped ovals, same thing, going out to I think number 8. So I've got 6 and 7 here. We're going to be cropping that out of a piece of Highland Heather. I have some scraps of white for punching and stamping the bunny. I have a 4 by 5 and a 1/4 inch piece of the Gingham Gala Designer Series paper. And this paper has 5 different colors. They're all double-sided. So you have the large gingham and the small gingham on all colors: Balmy Blue, Grapefruit Grove, Daffodil Delight, Lemon Lime Twist, and the Highland Heather. So we're going to be using the Highland Heather since that's what our color challenge is. And then I have a 4 1/4 by 11 inch piece of thick Whisper White for my card base. So what I'm going to do to start out with is I'm going to score this in half. So I'm going to bring in my Stampin' trimmer here. Place my cardstock on the trimmer to the 5 1/2 inch mark, and then score this. That's just going to make it a little easier to fold. Now I can just fold on the score line. I'll get a nice crisp fold without any messing with the cardstock here at the fold line. Okay, so now I'm going to take my Designer Series paper and I'm going to just run a little bit of adhesive in an area where I'm going to actually cut my ovals. So I'm going to place this on the layer of the thick Whisper White, line it up so it's nice and even. Okay, and there's my adhesive. And then I am going to cut an oval out of this piece here, the number 6. And I'm also going to nest these two together so I can get myself a little frame. So I'm going to run to my big shot. I'm going to crop these and I'll be right back. All right, so we're back. So I have my little frame here, so I don't need this piece. I can save that for something else. The middle of the Designer Series paper and the card base, they're glued together, so I'll probably just toss those. I may be able to salvage them, who knows. So then when I actually put the card together and we have the Designer Series paper on the front, then we can add this fun little frame just for a little accent piece. Okay, so we'll set those aside and we're going to bring in our bunny, the bunny images. And I'm going to stamp them in Memento because I want to do a little bit of coloring with my Stampin' Blends markers. So we have his little body here, his head. And like I said, I'm just using scraps to do this. His little hands, or paws, I guess would be for the rabbit. And then, of course, we have his little tail that we'll just stamp over on this scrap. Now, that didn't really come out so great. There we go. Okay. Then I also have 3 face choices. We have this little guy here, his eyes closed with his cute little teeth, and then we have him winking. So I just chose this one here for this particular project. So I'm going to ink that up. And then I'm just going to come down and give him a cute little face. There we go. And then I'm going to bring in my Bunny Builder Punch. Put that away so I don't make a mess. And we are going to crop out all these images. So I've got my little cottontail here, which you could also use this as a flower, which would be super cute. You could hand draw some stems and leaves, and that would be super cute. Okay, so there's our tail. Get those out of the way. Now we'll get his little head. All right, now we have his body. Whoops, I'm going to need to trim off his little paws here because otherwise they're going to get cut. And then I also need like a little handle of sorts. So I'm just going to add a tiny bit of adhesive to that. Oh, whoops, maybe the adhesive didn't come out. It did not. So I've got like a little cardstock handle here. So I can drop that body down in there, and I've still got something to hold on to, which is going to make this really easy. Okay, there's his body. And then we have his little mittens, his little paws, mitten hands. I don't know what you want to call them. Oops, and it looks like I did that backwards. So we're going to go ahead and use our same little trick again. We're going to peel that off, and then we can stick that on. And this actually might be a little bit too long, so it can be a little putsy at times, but boy is it cute. Okay, there's his little paws. So we have a head, a body, his little paws, and his tail. Okay, let's put this stuff away. Clean off our stamps so we don't make a mess. Oh, I forgot. I also need a little present image. Since this is a little birthday card. There we go. And that I am going to fussy cut with the scissors since we don't have a punch for that, but it's not a problem. It's pretty straight line, so it shouldn't take me very long to do that at all. Whoops, but before I cut it, I am going to color it. So I'm going to take my light Highland Heather marker, and I'm going to do the ribbon. And then I'm going to bring in my dark Highland Heather and do the outer parts of the box here. Okay. I'm also going to bring in my smoky slate, light smoky slate marker here, and I'm just going to color in his belly, and his little tail, his inside of his ears, okay, and then just a little detail on his little paws here. All right, then I'm going to fussy cut this present. Okay. All right, and then I also have another body and head to complete the two rabbits that we need to make the suspension part work. So let's go ahead and do some assembly. Move our bunnies out of the way. So we are going to add some adhesive, some tear and tape adhesive at the top and bottom of the oval that we cut out of the card base. And I'm going to use tear and tape adhesive because I want it to be, you know, something fairly sturdy and strong. But I don't think liquid glue isn't going to work in this situation. So I'm going to put 2 pieces at the top of the opening of the oval and 2 pieces at the bottom. Now, if you were making a horizontal spinner card or suspension card, you would put your adhesive on these edges here. Let's go ahead and peel the protective backings off. Okay, and now we need a little snippet of the twine. And we want this to be pretty tight right down the middle. So I'm going to start here at the top, press it into place, and then I'm just going to bring it straight down, holding it so, like I said, it's nice and tight. And then I like to go ahead and add just a couple more pieces of the tear and tape over the top of the twine. I just think it holds it a little bit more. Okay. And you can peel these backings off or you can leave them on. It doesn't make any difference. Okay. So now I'm going to snip off these little excess pieces because obviously I don't want it to be farther than the designer series paper. So now I need to add the adhesive to my designer series paper, and I'm going to have the large check pattern be on the front. So I'm just going to add my glue to the back side here. And I want it to be pretty well glued around the opening, so I'm going to add my glue around the hole there. All right, and then we're just going to come straight down, covering up that hole. Okay. Don't forget to add your little frame. So we're going to go ahead and add some adhesive around the frame piece here. And then we're just going to place that right over the opening. It should fit perfectly since it's the same size opening as we use the same die, Okay. Next, we need to assemble our rabbits. So I'm going to bring in a silicone mat, and I'm going to attach the rabbit's head to his body. I need a little bit more. So this is the front, and then the back will just mimic the front. Okay. I'm going to put a tiny bit of glue right down the middle of his little present here and have that go right on his belly, right in the middle. And then his little gloves or his little paws, we're going to tuck them in underneath the present. Maybe we are. Let's see, we're using a silicone mat, so if we get adhesive on it, it won't matter. So let's try our Take Your Pick tool. Pick that up, lift up the present just a tad. Wow, the struggle is real here, isn't it? I guess I should have put my little hands on, my little paws on first. Whoops, there we go. Let's add a little tiny glue to the mat. Maybe that'll work. Put the paw onto the glue, pick it up, and pull up the present just a tad. And then we're going to push his little paw. There we go. Okay. And then in the back, we're going to add his little tail to his back side, about like so. And then I'm going to place his body over the body that I just made. Add some adhesive, and I want these to line up, so I'm going to have the heads, of course, line up. And hopefully my hair isn't in the camera, but I have a feeling that it is, so I apologize for that. I had to get down a little bit closer because I don't see so good. Okay, so now we have a front bunny and a back bunny. Okay, so now we're going to bring our card back in, and we're going to put the string so it's right down the center of the bunny. Okay. And then I'm going to add some glue dots, except I want my pointed end of my Take Your Pick tool, so we'll just screw that, and we're just going to add some glue dots to this bunny. A couple on his ears, a couple on the body, and you could use any kind of glue. I mean, you could use Tear Tape adhesive, you could probably use liquid glue, whatever you want to do. And then down here at the bottom, there we go. Okay, so like I said, bunny is in the center of the string, so it's going to be right down the middle. And then we're going to take the front bunny and we're just going to lay that right on top of the glue dots. Whoops, I just moved everything. Okay, start at the bottom with his little feet, and then we will just finish off up here with his ears. Okay, so there is the basic card. And now I can't decide if I want to add something to the inside to cover that inside up or not, but we're going to work about that in a minute. Then I'm going to bring in a little scrap. This is about a 5/8 inch scrap, and my gorgeous grape ink. We're going to ink up the word surprise, and we're just going to stamp it. There goes my hair again. Right there. Okay. Then we're going to snip off the end, And then we're going to flag it. So I just go straight in the middle, and then I come in from both sides. Okay. And I think this is a little long, so we're going to snip that off a little bit. We're going to add some adhesive to the back of the surprise. And we're going to just lay this right along the bottom here, bumping it up to the edge so that it's nice and flush there. Okay, so cute. And then we're going to bring in the birthday, got the birthday sentiment, and we're going to bring that in, and I'm going to stamp that right down here at the bottom on the inside. Okay, and then my final trick, I've got some of our Gingham Gala little sequins here, and we're going to use the purple ones that are either Highland Heather or Gorgeous Grape. I'm not positive. But we're going to use some of these little guys. Whoops, you got to have it on the right side. And I thought we would just add a couple to the front of the card here for some more fun. And we're going to use these little tiny flowers because they're adorable. Oops, come off there. There we go. So there we go. So then the trick to this is you spin it together like this, and then you put it in your envelope. And then when the person receives this and they open it up, look at that. It just spins right in front of their face. Isn't that awesome? So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. You know how much I appreciate that. Subscribe to my channel right down here and click the notification bell so you can be notified when I upload new videos. Please shop with me at shoppingwithbarb.com. I do offer free gifts with purchase. And as always, I hope you have a wonderful day.